While they were eating, he took bread, said the blessing, broke it, and gave it to them, and said, "Take it, this is my body." Then he took a cup, gave thanks, and gave it to them, and they all drank from it. He said to them, "This is my blood of the covenant, which will be shed for many. Amen, I say to you, I shall not drink again the fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it anew in the kingdom of God." Then after singing a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Good morning. Welcome to a short biblical reflection on the Gospel according to Mark chapter 14, selected verses 12 up to 16 and 22 up to 26, the institution of the Eucharist, the Gospel reading for Corpus Christi feast, year B. I just read the verses which explicitly tell about the institution of the Eucharist, the verses 22 up to 26. The preceding verses 12 up to 16, it is an introduction telling about the preparation of the place for the celebration of the Passover. The verses which are omitted in this Gospel reading are those in which Jesus states about the one who will betray him. I will just focus only on those verses which tell about the institution of the Eucharist. Now let us see and make a comparison with the Gospel according to Matthew. In the Gospel according to Matthew, the account is generally similar, however there are also some slight differences. In the first statement in Mark we have, "Take it, this is my body." In Matthew, "Take and eat it, this is my body." The bigger difference is that in Mark is just described that all they drank from the chalice, while in Matthew it is in the form of command, "Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which will be shed on behalf of many." And then the new element is "for the forgiveness of sins." Now let's make a reference to the new covenant. Firstly, let's see the last verse of the first reading, which is provided for this Sunday from the book of Exodus chapter 24 verse 8, where we read, "Then he," it means Moses, "took the blood and splashed it on the people, saying, 'This is the blood of the covenant which the Lord has made with you according to all these words.'" It was a custom in the Old Testament to stipulate covenants using the blood of animals. And the second reading for that Sunday from the letter to the Hebrews makes comparison between the sacrifices of the Old Testament with the sacrifice of Christ, that now own blood of Christ is used in difference to the other sacrifices. And as about the new covenant, I just chose this text from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verses 31 up to 34. "See, days are coming, oracle of the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. It will not be like the covenant I made with their ancestors, the day I took them by the hand and led them out to the land of Egypt. They broke my covenant, though I was their master, oracle of the Lord. But this is the covenant I will make with the house of Israel after those days, oracle of the Lord. I will place my law within them and write them upon their hearts. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. They will no longer teach their friends and relatives know the Lord. Everyone from the least to greatest shall know me, oracle of the Lord. I will forgive their iniquities and no longer remember their sins." In particular, the last statement about forgiving iniquities and sins refer more explicitly to that version in the Gospel according to Matthew, where shedding of the blood is specified also for the sake of forgiveness, while in Mark it is said just generally. And now that the placing of the law within them and writing them upon their hearts can also very much relate with the sacrifice of the Eucharist itself, because we have eating the flesh of Jesus and drinking his blood, in particular the Eucharistic miracles, those which were scientifically examined, show that it is a piece from the heart of human hearts. So as now the new law and the new covenant should be written upon the hearts, on the difference to the old covenant which was broken, which was written on the stones. Now also the relation between these people of the new covenant, where the law is written on their hearts, God himself in the sacrifice of Christ, in particular the image of heart of Christ, relates it very much, because heart is a preferred part of the body in biblical language. It is the center of everything, of emotions, of intellect, as well also of living functions, and similarly to blood, which is synonym for life. Therefore, all the prohibitions in the Old Testament that consuming flesh, blood should not be also consumed with, because the blood is life itself. Now, finally, we could refer to the statement of the blood of the covenant shed for many. First, we could refer earlier in the Gospel according to Mark, in chapter 10, verse 45, where Jesus says about himself, "For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life in a ransom for many." Also, the prophetical statements of the renewal of the new covenant were not only talking that this covenant concerned the Jewish people, but also all the people of the world, as we read in Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6. "It is too little," he says, "for you to be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob and restore the survivors of Israel. I will make you a light to the nations, that my salvation may reach to the ends of the earth." And finally, we could refer also to the song from the book of Revelation, the song concerning the Lamb, where the 4 living creatures and 24 elders were singing, "Worthy are you to receive the scroll and to break open its seals. For you were slain, and with your blood you purchased for God those from every tribe and tongue, people and nations." Shedding for many means redeeming all possible people of every tribe, every tongue, peoples and nations. I would like to wish you a nice day and fruitful reflection on this gospel reading. God bless you.